Today we'll be talking about peer mediation. What is peer mediation? Peer mediation is a conflict resolution process where students help other students to resolve disputes in a peaceful and constructive way. In other words, instead of involving teachers or adults, you train peer mediators to guide their classmates through structured conversations to help them find a mutually agreeable solution. We can refer peer mediation as conflict resolution for young people by the young people. The peer mediation program invites students to take responsibility for their actions by working together to find solutions to conflicts. For example, two trained students called mediators lead other students who have minor issues through a structured process. What are the key elements of peer mediation? Voluntary participation. Both parties must agree to take part. They must be neutral. Those peer mediators must be neutral. Peers, they don't take side. They don't have to take side. The process must be confidential. They have to discuss every conflict in private settings. They have to focus on problem solving and able to find a win-win solution. What are the benefits of peer mediation? The benefit, one of them is it promotes a peaceful, safe environment for students. It builds communication and problem-solving skills among students. It empowers students to handle conflict in their own way. It reduces bullying and disciplinary issues in schools, and it makes students to be focused, because by the time the students are being trained on peer mediation skills, they learn to manage conflict even as young people. Peer mediation is when a young person, they are trained as a mediator, usually within the educational settings, and then they mediate conflict involving two young people in school also. Often it can take place during the break sessions. Peer mediators also resolve conflicts for other children, young people of the same age or younger than them. The peer mediation, the aims of peer mediation is to increase awareness of how conflict can affect people's life negatively, positively. Because when we educate children in schools about how to handle conflict at that tender age, they learn to be more tolerant to each other. They learn how to handle conflict when it arises. So the aims is also to improve communication, to teach students skills like listening, critical thinking, problem solving. It empowers students by having them to take greater responsibility for resolving their own disputes. They are designed to support implementation for peer mediation in primary and secondary schools. It's also suitable for students with diverse ranges of ability. It promotes inclusion, self-advocacy, supports, and development of a deeper sense of belonging in the school settings. So peer mediation is very important for students. And there are institutions, mediation institutions that go about training children, school children, primary, secondary, to become conflict aware on how to resolve dispute, on how to handle dispute when it arises, and it reduces bullying because there there tend to be more participation when you see your classmate, you know, handling your dispute. Oh, my classmate has been trained to resolve any kind of dispute. So children have been trained in this formal process on how to handle disputes. So there's a lot of benefit in engaging children to become participants in peer mediation process. A lot of benefits, and there are a lot of mediation training institutions. They involve they've included a peer mediation process in their training process. So a mediator can also help to empower students in different schools to teach them about mediation. When I was in secondary school, I was in a group called peer educators, but that particular group was majorly focused on teaching health matters. We call ourselves the peer educators. We had a tag, we had a t-shirt, our bags. So during the break time, the people in my group, we go to learn about different health issues, health topics, BP, different topics on health. Then we go teach our fellow students in classes the importance of taking care of your health. So if that exists in my own time when I was in secondary school, so now I'm passionate about mediation. We can also sensitize students about mediation, what peer mediation is all about. By the time they go into full adult, they learn to handle conflict better because they've been taught on inevitability of conflict and when it arises, how to go about resolving conflict. So it's very important we educate children on what peer mediation is all about. And when they have that values in them, even at home, when they are in conflict with their siblings at home, whatever they learn in school, they want to bring it at home to practice. I'm a peer mediator. They want to resolve dispute even between parents. They'll be like, Mom, Dad, I've been trained as a peer mediator to handle disputes. I'm a professional right now, children. So it's very important we educate them and equip them with such skills, because why we do that, we train them on communication skills, listening skills, how to be impartial, and how to handle conflict effectively when it arises. So peer mediation is also a trend in mediation. So we can promote it, we can go to schools, implement programs that help to teach about children on mediation skills.